it's Talisha, and today I am taking Bambi to her very first pony club, and this is also her second ever outing. Oh, hi Bambi. Hello. So I'm getting her from the paddock now, and then I'm going to take her rug off and get her ready to go. Yes. So Bambi is all ready to get on the float and go to her first pony club. Bambi, look, hi, are you ready? She's got her tail all protected, so we don't want to ruin that beautiful tail. Who's more keen, Bambi or Kyle? They both look very uninterested. I just want to lick your legs. Aww. Bambi, is here a comfy headrest? Yeah? Yeah. Boop. Woohoo! Bambi got on first go. This is her second time on a straight load float, and she just walked straight on. Okay, so she started off pretty tense, and as you can see here, she kind of just wanted to canter. I was like, no, if we're trotting. She was quite nervous about the corners of the arena. Like, so this corner in particular should get more tense than the corner we're going up to, and then this end of the arena where Kyle is filming on. So you'll see that she kind of looks around when she gets around here the first few times and, you know, throws her head a little bit, comes out of the contact. I'm sorry, I am sick as well, so I'm sorry about my voice. But yeah, so it was sprinkling at this point, like with very light rain, and I chose to get out before everyone else got on just so she could adapt to the environment before having a heap of horses around her. And you can see every time at this spot she looks around, because to the left of where Kyle is standing is where all the horses go and get tacked up. So if people don't tack up at their floats, there's a little undercover area where all the horses are and all the riders. So there's about 10-15 people just under that area there when we're riding in this moment. But she handles it very well, gets used to it, as you can see, gets more consistent with the contact. But she just was pretty tense, and which was fair enough. This is her second time being out, and she's never been to a place like this or pony club or anything, so it's all still very new for her, and I am obviously still very new to her, and vice versa. So Bambi and I are still getting used to each other. We haven't had many rides together yet. Charlie, please stop snoring. Oh my god, I swear every video I'm telling that dog to stop snoring. But yes, so once I get her to a point where I'm happy with her, everyone else comes out, we move to the big oval. So the first part of the morning was focusing on dressage, in particular the prep tests, which was really good for her because obviously she is very young and green, so doing all these circles and serpentines and just little transitions from walk to trot and trot to halt is really beneficial for her. So in this spot we were just demonstrating doing a serpentine, because I have obviously done serpentines before being at elementary with Jep, so I hadn't done them in a while, but I knew, you know, what the basis of a serpentine was, so I was the demonstration. Here we started doing our halts, and we were just doing walk to halts, because Bambi is, you know, still pretty new at doing these halts, and she did it pretty well, but it's just trying to keep her still. But she was very good. So I was very happy with her in the flat work. Having a lunch break. Bambi's happily eating her hay. And she was really good. She was a bit tense to start off with and a bit wary, but then she relaxed and she was awesome. We then moved on to sporting. I didn't do all the sporting events, and I will get to why a bit later on, but here I am just introducing her to the poles. She was very wary of the barrels as well, and just, you know, didn't know what they are. She hasn't seen any of these obstacles before at all, and she's pretty much just been in an arena her whole life, so everything is just so new for her. And she handled it really well. There are just a few things, you know, it's just getting stuck and like, oh, what's this? I'm looking at this.
And that's the corner she doesn't like as well, which didn't help, but it was good for her. So she really liked the bending actually, and she quite enjoyed it, which was nice. So after I walked around once, we then trotted it, and it's really good for her, just learning how to use her body and bending around my leg, really beneficial. Even though obviously I'm not planning on doing this stuff for her, it's just really beneficial for a dressage horse because you're all moving off your leg and, you know, bending around your leg. It's really good. And then Bambi also decided she wanted to canter back. I think it's on this one. And she was like, let's go. I think it is. And she does her little, like, flying changes in between it. Nice Bambi. So she secretly wants to be a sporting horse and not a dressage horse. But yeah, after a bit, I mean, Pony Club rally days are very, very long days. And she kind of just got a bit over it, and she wasn't being naughty or anything, but she just didn't want to move out of this area. And you'll see in this next clip, I have one of the instructors running in front of Bambi because she didn't want to go out and, you know, leave her friends, leave this area. So Jane was nice enough to help us out. Otherwise, I don't think she would have left this little area. So she let her out and then ran a bit so Bambi would follow her. But after this one, what I did is I just decided I'd take her in and out and not actually do the sporting. So I'd take her from where Kyle is filming this out and work her in just like a little trot circle, then come back when she's good. And then I just did that a couple times, or I'd just walk her out there and not actually work her, then walk back in, have her stand and do it again. And when she was doing that perfectly and not arguing with leaving, I got off and didn't do any more on her.
So for those of you that don't know, we have possums that live in our birdhouse. So this one that you see with its head out here has lived with us since October last year. So I'll get you some apple later. Look at the little paw ready to grab us some apple. And then I don't know if you can see, but there's one that moved in here only a few days ago. So now we've got two. As you can see, this one knows the drill. This one here knows the drill, and it's like, where's my food? Where's my apple? That one's learning. I'll come back with your apple. Hello, possum. Hello. Oh, hello. You're getting friendlier. Hello. You possums. Topping possums. Hi. They're so cute. So Bambi is out in her paddock, and yep, that's Jep, you can see, trotting. I don't know why. And then there's Kai as well, following her. What's your problem, children? Kai had set the expectation really high for young horses. Obviously, you guys would have known how good he was with his first outing. He was just super and like a pro. So he still has the cake for the best young horse for their first outing. Like Bambi had been out once, but just to a little unofficial dressage comp. But yeah, she was still really good. She was a little bit tense when I first got on, and like just kind of, you know, I mean, typical how you'd kind of think a young horse would be when they go somewhere new for the first time. She was just pretty tense and just very wary of everything, but she ended up being super. She relaxed and was happy to stand still and got some really nice work out of her. We did a little bit of sporting too. Sporting, and Bambi had never seen any of those things before. So considering she was really good, and she actually really enjoyed it. Towards the end, she did get a little bit over it and just got a little bit stubborn about leaving like her little wall that she'd stand at. So all I did is I just stopped sporting, and instead I just took her out, like in and out of the area a couple times, and then just did a couple trot circles and stuff. And once she was good, I called it a day and got off there. So yeah, I was really happy with how she went and pulling out some really, really good work. If you want to see photos and stuff, head to my Instagram, which is on the screen right now, because Nikki was kind enough to take heaps of photos and I can't wait to see them. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that video, and I'll see you next week. All right, bye.